Let us continue reading this book by Uriah Smith, 1897, Daniel and Revelation. We are now reading Daniel chapter 9, verse 24. And before I do share with you today's reading, I would like to invite you for a word of prayer. Let us indeed seek the Lord in prayer. Our Father in heaven, inhabit our reading today so that we may understand and love your word. I pray in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. We are now reading page 192 of this book, 1897, Daniel and Revelation by Uriah Smith. His comments as follows. But how does this language show any connection with the 2020 days or throw any light upon that period? We answer, the language cannot be intelligibly referred to anything else, for the word have here rendered determined, it signifies cut off. And there is no period from which the 70 weeks would be cut off, but the 2020 days of the previous vision. How direct and natural then is the connection. Daniel's attention is fixed upon the 2020 days, which he did not understand by the angels directing him to the former vision. And he says 70 weeks are cut off. Cut off from what? The 2020 days, most assuredly. Proof may be called for that the word render, determined, signifies to cut off. An abundance can be given. The Hebrew word thus translated nekta. The word gesenius in his Hebrew lexicon defines as follows. Properly to cut off, tropically to divide, and so to determine, to decree. In the Chaldeo-Rabbinic Dictionary of Stakios, the word nektak is thus defined sidit, considit, and excidit, to cut away, to cut in pieces, or to cut, or in grade, to cut off. Merceros in his Thesaurus furnishes a specimen of rabbinical usage in the process. A piece of flesh or a cut of flesh. He translates the word as it occurs in Daniel 9:24 by a precisa estimate, or is cut off. In the literal version of Arias Montanos, it is translated disiga, is cut off. In the marginal reading, which is grammatically correct, it is rendered by the plural are cut off. In the Latin version of Junius and Tremelius, the passive of acta is rendered are cut off. Again, in Tradition's Greek version of Daniel, which is the version used in the Vatican copy of the Septuagint, as being the most faithful, it is rendered by were cut off. In the Venetian copy by had been cut off. The idea of cutting off is preserved in the Vulgate, where the phrase is are shortened. Thus, Chaldaic and rabbinical authorities said that of the earliest versions, the Septuagint and Vulgate give the single significance of cutting off to this verb. May God our Father continue to bless you and his only begotten divine Son, Jesus Christ, be gracious to you as we will read the next comments.